Flying with a gun in the United States is generally legal. Messing up one small detail can cost you your flight, your firearm, and a very expensive penalty. And the reason people get burned is simple. They think there is one rule book. There isn't. What this video covers. This is a guide to domestic US air travel with a firearm for an ordinary civilian traveler. International travel is a separate animal. Airline rules and foreign country rules will add extra restrictions fast. So, for this video, we are talking about flying inside the United States. Chapter 1. The two-rule system. There are two rule buckets that matter. First, the flight rules. Those are the federal transportation rules enforced through TSA, plus the airline's own check-in and baggage procedures. Those rules control how the firearm is packed, declared, screened, and flown. Before you leave, pull up your airline's firearm or special baggage page and read that carrier's exact procedure, because airlines often add their own rules on locks, packaging, declaration steps, and ammo limits. Second, the law of the place where you land, and sometimes the law of a place where you get stuck on a connection. That law controls whether you can legally possess that firearm there, whether your permit is recognized for carry, whether your magazine is legal, whether your ammunition is legal, and where you can go with the gun after you claim it. Basically, if you fly out of Arizona and land in Washington, the pistol might be legal, but that over 10-round magazine can still be a problem. So here is the simple version. TSA and airline rules control the flight. After you take possession at the destination, the controlling question becomes destination law, state law, local law, and any federal place restrictions that apply to where you go next. Chapter 2. How to pack the firearm. This is where people think they are being careful, but they are actually building the mistake into the bag. The firearm must be unloaded. It must be inside a hard-sided container. That container must be locked. The firearm goes in checked baggage only, never in your carry-on. If you are bringing ammunition, that also goes in checked baggage. Federal hazardous material rules say small arms ammunition has to be packed in fiber, wood, or metal boxes, or other packaging specifically designed to carry small amounts of ammunition. And if you use magazines or clips for ammo, the ammunition has to be fully enclosed and secured, not exposed and bouncing around loose. TSA allows ammunition in the same checked case as the firearm if it is packed correctly. But this is where airline rules start to matter more. Some airlines add their own specifics on lock placement, packaging, and ammo limits. American, for example, says the firearm must be totally inaccessible and that rifle cases require locks on each end. And many airlines publish an ammunition limit of about 11 pounds per passenger. So the safe move is simple. Unloaded gun, locked hard case, no loose rounds, properly packed ammo, and check your airline's firearm page before you leave home. Once the bag is packed correctly, the next mistake is where people bring it first. Chapter 3. How to declare the firearm. Do not walk to the checkpoint and surprise TSA with it. Go to the airline ticket counter before the bag is checked and tell the agent you are declaring an unloaded firearm in checked baggage. Federal law requires the firearm to be declared to the airline before the bag is accepted, either orally or in writing. Then, follow that airline's process exactly. Some airlines have you sign a declaration tag. Some give specific instructions on where that tag goes. And some carriers tell you to allow extra time for check-in because firearm check-in can take longer than a normal bag drop. After that, the bag goes to screening. If TSA needs the case opened, you are the one who opens it and provides access because you control the lock. Never let the gun case be opened without you present. Do not wander off. If the case needs to be opened, you need to be available. If not, the case won't be put on the aircraft. But even if the airline accepts it, and even if TSA clears it, you are not done yet. Chapter 4. What happens when you land or get stuck? When you land, the flight rules have done their job. Once you claim the bag, the legal question changes. The question is no longer just, is a gun legal there? It is my exact setup legal there? That means the firearm itself, your permit status, your magazine, your ammunition, and where you plan to go with it after arrival. TSA approval does not mean the firearm is automatically lawful where you land. Reciprocity only answers part of the problem. Do not assume your permit follows you there. Some states will not recognize it, and even if they do, you still have to follow that state's rules. And the most dangerous version of this is usually not the first check-in. It is the interrupted trip. Federal safe passage law can protect interstate transport only in a narrow situation. You must be traveling from a place where you may lawfully possess and carry the firearm to another place where you may lawfully possess and carry it. And during the transport, the firearm must be unloaded and not readily accessible. But that protection can fall apart if a strict jurisdiction forces you to take possession of the bag during a cancellation or overnight delay. In Revel v. Port Authority, the traveler checked his gun legally, got stranded in Newark, took possession of his luggage overnight, and the court held that the federal safe passage statute did not protect him once the firearm and ammunition were accessible to him during that interruption. So before you fly, do not just check your destination, check the layovers too. Flying with a firearm is not hard. What gets people in trouble is laziness, assumptions, and bad setup. And once you get there legally, the next question is simple. Can you actually carry in a way that is comfortable enough to live with?
Hey, if you made it this far, you probably care about doing things right. If you've tried carrying in gym shorts or sweats, it just never feels quite right. Waistband moves, holster shifts, it's fine, but it's not dialed. That is why we built Relaxed Fit Tactical. Our shorts lock onto an inner belt, so your holster clips to a hidden belt, not just fabric. Same setup, same draw, just more comfortable. So if you carry every day, this just makes sense. Links below.